In today's show, we're taking a look from Mcfarlane Toys, DC Direct, Page Punchers, Caveman Batman. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the show, guys. Welcome back to the show, and we've got something very special here today. I always say that with all the out of the way type of figures, blowing my mind kind of figures, but this is just amazing what Mcfarlane has put together here with the Page Punchers. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with DC Direct, but the level of details that are coming with this and the housekeeping we're going to go through is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, if you're new to the show, I'm your host, Red. You guys know what to do. Don't forget to follow me in the social medias. You'll see them pop up. Let's jump right in. We've got a lot to cover. Let's start off with the boring and possibly maybe not the unnecessary, but I'm sure that the bloopers will say otherwise. We've got the typical DC Mcfarlane stand. Thank you, not needed. Hands, but in this case, I'm not going to complain because there's so much in the packaging. We got that. We've got these beautiful Stone Age weapons. We got an axe that's shaped like a bat. Look at that. And the plastic just feels fantastic. It makes you feel like it's stone and it's woodwork, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. Even the plastic wrapping on it. It's just, whoever designed this definitely focused on the detailing. But overall, guys, I'm going to say this. I've got Batman and I've got Mr. Freeze. I'm just waiting for Robin and Batgirl to get in. But Mr. Freeze is a very hefty packaging, and I can't wait to review that. And we've got this weapon, which also is resembling a bat. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of a Mayan weapon, which is great. Sort of, I am a little bit of a history nerd and a war history nerd. Reminds me of Shaka Zulu's Ikwa weapon, the hand weapon. So definitely this just looks great. Look at those details. Look at that. Wow. So the next thing that we've got is we've got this beautiful comic book, and the pages are just absolutely with the story. And I'll let you read the back of the card now, which basically gives you a synopsis of what's happening here, or the Cliff Notes version of it. But just the illustration looks great. But for you comic book lovers, you're going to be upset. It doesn't come in that nylon. It doesn't come in the comic book cover. Up next, we've got the trading card. Same picture as the cover of the comic book. And take a moment, guys, to read. All right, let's jump into with the figure, because we gotta take a look at this guy. And right out of the box, or right from the get-go, or the out of the bat, look at that. Love the now. This story isn't about, we find out why Batman is in the Stone Age or in the Ice Age. This story is about Mr. Freeze's experiment gone wrong, and he ends up in the Ice Age at the same time that Batman was thrusted back by Darkseid's weapon, who sent him back through time. And I'm hoping that Mcfarlane is doing this Elseworld comic that was out there where it shows Batman went back in time to different places. I'm hoping he'll do the pirate Batman. Would love to see that figure. But look at that. Look at the level of details, man. That's just, the plastic is just made to look like stone. honestly, I saw some reviews on this guy, and some people were going to customize it. I think it's perfect the way it is. I think it just looks great. Look at that. And even though it's got that Stone Age look to it, I kind of also feel like it's, I don't know, part of the American Indian or the Cherokee or the Comanche look to it. I could be wrong, guys. Let me know if that's what you think. But he just looks like he'll fit in any of those primitive times back then. You know, look at that. Let's take a look at the face a little bit closer here. I mean, it's just stunning. Even the veins. Look at the veins in the muscle. That's a guy that's been working out. Loincloth, everything's just, now this cape here, guys, we've seen it before. That came with the Paint Puncher's Batman. The only difference here, I think, is they added the little stitching here. But just so you know, why Bruce Wayne is wearing like a bat cow type of thing is because when he does land in the prehistoric time, he does run into Vandal Savage. We all know that name, or Randall Savage, but I think it's Vandal Savage. And Vandal had just killed a giant bat that appeared from somewhere, and he went ahead and went into battle with it and kept the the leather, the wings, and all that stuff. So overall, this just looks great. Let me focus right in for you guys here. Let's get the weapons into his hand. Let's see what that looks like. Now, the hands do feel very soft. So let's take a look and see here if we'll get that in there. And they are a little bit bigger hands than, than what we've seen before. Nope. So again, guys, that's my fault. I should have softened them up before doing the review. Let me go ahead and blow dry these, and then we'll get the hands, we'll get these weapons in there. Like that, I've got the weapons back on, guys. The hands were a little bit difficult, and it's because of these endings here, these club endings here on the figure. They made it very difficult to put the weapon on. If you don't use the blow dryer, you can't soften up the hands to get them out there. So this is what it looks like in hand. Looks fantastic. The figure looks amazing. So I'm gonna get the weapons out after I had a difficulty getting them on, and let's take a look at the articulation of the figure. The head can go up and down, I mean, side to side like that. Now, as far as up and down, you're not going to be able to get much because of the cow, and this right here, you do get a nice looking down. What I'm surprised for a muscular figure, we've got the bushing or the butterfly joint there on there. We get a bicep swivel, which is great, and you get a double jointed elbows. So that's always great on there. You do get wrist articulation, and you get the swivel in there as well, which I love. That Mcfarlane brought the gauntlet here, which look at that details of the gauntlet as well. So in the middle, guys, you're gonna be able to get that there. Do we get a flex here? Yes. Do we get a back flex here? Yes, perfect. With the loincloth, we get the Mcfarlane mechanism. There is no thigh swivel. I mean, you could get some here, not as much. You do get double jointed knees right there. And then last but not least, we've got the articulation here. You get a swivel here with this. And you get the pivots, and you get the toe articulation. Again, Mcfarlane has the old ball joint sculpted into the boot, which is what I always like. But I am having difficulty with his right leg here with that swivel in there. So it's giving me a hard time trying to get the figure to stand up on there. So obviously he'll probably fall in a few minutes. Let's get him to pose. Give me a second, guys. Let's go ahead and put him on the stand so we can wrap up the show. So overall, guys, this is a fantastic looking figure. The level of details that are on here, which I keep pointing and bringing back to you, got these little knives in there, which are made out of stone. You've got his typical rope. This is just fantastic for a figure. It does stand up without the stand. I just don't want to deal with him falling down. You get beautiful weapons added to it. So with that said, guys, if you like today's show, leave a like, hit the bell, and most of all, guys, if you're enjoying the show and you want to see more, please subscribe. It's definitely helping me grow. So let me know in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Is this a yay or a nay? Is this a pass, or will you be collecting this? Please engage with me in the conversations and not engage with me in my social media. So I'm done with today's review, and me and Caveman Bruce, we're done, and we are definitely